Welcome to another learning cast. I'm Speed2 and now we're gonna have a closer look at Mod. He's playing Aeon against Seraphim on Canis River. Okay, so let's switch to his point of view from the very beginning. It's like 2 pigeons and then some of the mexes, so pretty standard Canis River build order. And to this map, what you wanna do and wanna know is all the reclaim, and pretty much as on any map. So all these small rocks are definitely worth grabbing on the way to the maxes. So if you're going for this max, you can also on the way take some of these small rocks, definitely the big one. And also 1 NG could go just for the reclaim, always the big rock, then a small amount of those smaller that you manage to click on, and just go directly for these big rocks. Try to reclaim as many as you can. It's gonna really boost your early mass. And going for Hydra is nice if you manage to protect that NG, since there might be, if there is some raid coming, it's gonna be either to this 1 max or to the Hydra. And later, of course, to the top right position. So it would be nice to send this aura there. Okay, so he's doing that with the scout, so there should be no problems. And also 2 NGs would be able to defend against a micro at lap or something like that. If you pay attention to that, you can try to reclaim it always, or just make it go away, or just hide behind the Hydra. You can try to do that. Always you can try to hide behind the building that you are actually building. So 2 auras with a scout, so right now they don't need to stay here. You can send them this direction, so if there would be anything incoming, you would see that with a scout. So no need to play so defensively. With the scout you can afford to raid, and if you see some enemy you can always kite, since you're gonna see that in time. This should be enough to have the Hydra finished when the factory is done, so power shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, now when there's nothing raiding, you need to raid yourself, otherwise these units are a bit useless. Also sending a scout, I guess it's better than nothing, since you can retreat with the NG. And against Seraphim, if he's gonna raid, he's gonna most likely raid with tanks, so now it's time to retreat. Oh, it's just a scout, so that will be also easy to reclaim. I don't think you need to necessarily hide, run. Oh, well, now with the tank, yeah. So unfortunately 1 down, but you can see these units didn't do anything yet. I bet there would be NG somewhere over there. Yes, and it was unprotected. These units are coming right now, so now he's down by 1 NG and without doing any damage, because these units didn't do anything. And it's better to put 2 NGs on those factories, since you have resources for that and you're gonna expand, take more maxes, so there should be enough resources. And maybe rather than building energy with 1 NG and factory with another, you can queue up like factory pigeon. That's that way you're gonna make sure you always gonna have enough energy to support that, and also building 1 project at a time, it's much faster. It's gonna be done faster. Okay, the bomber didn't do any damage at the first pass. I guess there's not gonna be another, since there is already NG. Now he knows that the ACU is still in a base. Okay, so reclaiming the rock, building another factory, but I guess building factory could be just with NGs and use the ACU to secure this position, maybe build a PD there and then try to go for the Hydro if you want to. Since with air you can scout and see the movement of enemy ACU, but since it was on the right side, I would expect him to go to the top. And also these units, they need scout and raid with them, or just send them raid, but there might be a PD at this time, so that might be a bit dangerous. That's why scout is nice, and also you can use your air scout to have a look what's in there. And always, if you're losing these maxes, you need to send NG right away to rebuild it. And there are more NGs needed on the factories, and I guess building the factories in a base would be nice around the maxes rather than some line. And ACU can be used for taking the mass spots, since now these two got killed, so not many maxes left. The ACU is also building, so soon there's gonna be a mass stall, and no expansion is taken on the left side yet, even though it should be the most secured since the ACU is at this position. And also, if you have ACU on this side, you don't need to send a whole army there, just few tanks is enough. And you need to use your tanks on the other side, otherwise this side is gonna fall easily. And also the air scout should be used to find out what's going on right now. And if you master, just finish the factory, we can get the reclaim that is around your ACU, and then really move and take the expansion. And definitely more NGs are needed to reclaim all the rocks in the river and start building maxes and expand, since this one got killed again, just a few tanks, since this army should have been on the right side, but for some reason he moved it to the ACU. It wasn't needed at all. Yeah, and now, okay, so there is some artillery that might get actually through the PD with a little bit of micro. Yeah, but building another factory is a mistake, especially when you don't have mass already. And really low on NGs. I guess your main factory, your first factory, should build like 2 NGs, 2 auras, or maybe 2 auras, 1 NG if you want to go really low on NGs. But right now there should be NGs reclaiming all the rocks and everything to get the mass, also rebuilding maxes, and there is no NG available. So that's the mistake, that's gonna most likely cost him the game. And these units could easily go to raid, since I guess there should be less units or none, since there is a PD. And they were already in the front, and since there was even no NG expanding there to secure the max, it wasn't really necessary to kill them so fast like some other units that was built later could have gone there and killed that. And now the ACU should really expand to this position, since there are 2 maxes, so more mass to get. The big rocks were most likely reclaimed by opponent already, and these units can raid the max instead. The ACU should try to secure at least this position and then move to the center. But right now it would be also nice to find opponent's ACU. Okay, so he's there. So this position is not gonna be taken again, since there's enemy ACU and he's not doing too much. And also the air scouts should be really used to see how many tanks there are on maps. And still not many NGs built. Okay, so finally some are in production. Yeah, Lewis is managing to kill those maxes on that side. Okay, so there's the enemy ACU. I guess it's quite vulnerable right now.
Commander under attack.
But hard to say since there is no scouting and no radar as well, so there might be more units coming, so this might be dangerous. If you have your air right there, you can send one INT to scout. And also sending units in like that is gonna cause them die since our Rust don't really have a chance in close range. Okay, and suddenly your own ACU is totally alone. And still no idea what's coming there. And he's even overcharging, so it's gonna be some extra damage. So it's time to send more units to the ACU. But I guess if we just retreat, it should be fine. There's not too many of them. And also keep raiding on the side, and still don't forget to take all the maxes. They are yours. You always need to have them.
Commander under attack.
Okay, so right now actually he may try to kill the opponent's ACU. There is a lot of units coming his way. Might be close with the overcharges, and also the hill is blocking most of the shots of the army at the bottom right now, so not sure. And also this C was not shooting, it was outside of the range, so I guess no, it's gonna be just the veterancy right now. If there wasn't a hill, then it might have been killed with staying on range, but really hard to do that this position. There is already a T2 max from the opponent, but not really anything you can do right now about it, since he's having problem taking his own maxes that were killed a long time ago, so not really a way to go T2 max himself.
Commander under attack.
And you can't be that adventurous with your ACU without any radar, especially when you are half health already.
Commander under attack.
Since like 15 tanks is enough to kill the ACU that has half HP. At least he can retreat through the water and the tanks can't follow him. Yeah, and max is still not taken. You should always have some NG available that can go and take those maxes. Also some NG behind your army when you're attacking, since there's so much mass lying around that you wanna get. Okay, so ACU upgrade. I guess T2 would be needed since so much damage was done on the ACU, but I guess it could go well for gun as well, since if you get both guns, or at least the range, you can kite pretty much everything you want and get some veterancy that will give you HP back. And especially if your opponent went for T2 land, which is hard to say since there's still not too many scouting, then the range is definitely good, since you can easily overcharge those T2 bots. The problem is the NGs, not enough NGs. Okay, so let's see what the upgrade is gonna be. Yes, it's gonna be either T2 or range upgrade.
Commander under attack.
Okay, so it's T2.
Commander under attack.
Well, I'm not sure what exactly you can do with T2.
Under attack.
The Aeon PDs are not the best fighting a T1 units, but if you get a couple of them, they will scare your opponent from attacking you. And another upgrade. There is a T2 land now for... Yeah, and that's gonna just kill all the auras easily since it has same range, but much more HP and better damage. Yeah, well, I guess the game is lost already since there was so much time without any of the expansions, also not enough reclaim, but there was a lot of reclaim available, so that's the things to work on. Getting more NGs, take all the dead maxes right away after they got killed, and also reclaim everything. That will give you much more mass to play with, and then you can think about T2 maxes or T2 land or other things that you want to do.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Yeah, we can see that his opponent reclaim 6,000 more mass, so that's huge difference. Okay, so this is gonna be all. I'll see you in other video.